Gaffer, thanks for taking the time to join us. That game was hard fought. It was a hard fought point. Scrappy in the first half, but better in the second, I thought.
Yeah, I thought they were good in the first half. We couldn't quite get control of the game, but the back three and the goalkeeper, although they only had one shot on target, had to do a lot of defending and sort of kept us in it and gave us a platform to tweak a couple of things. And then I thought second half we wrestled control of the game, and if anyone was going to go and win it, it was a ding-dong game, but if anyone was going to win it, I thought it was going to be us.
There was the atmosphere to get over as well, a game on Saturday, and I felt like they rided that better than they might have done a few weeks ago. There was a little bit more confidence in themselves to manage the game, I thought, today. Yeah,
I've talked about it a lot in terms of mentality, and I think early in the season we'd probably lost the game. When there's been a little bit of heat or a little bit of adversity, we've sort of gone into a team of individuals, which I didn't think happened today. So we didn't stick the ball up front. We didn't make little double switches and things that we'd worked on, and we did Saturday. Looked a really good team. So to get him in at half time and tweak a few things, Wardy was good when he came off the bench, and then we gave ourselves a platform to hopefully try and nick it, which we didn't. But a clean sheet against a team that scored 15 goals in 5 games. Yeah, so one shot on target's not bad.
Where the press box is in the stadium, you're right in amongst the home fans, so I could hear what they were saying. And around the 75th minute, there was an older gentleman that turned to his mate and he goes, "Christ, this has been hard work tonight." And that's what you want to hear from the home fans, isn't it? I don't think they were expecting an easy game from us, but they gave us a bit of respect in the performance we had as well.
No, I think they'll be the same as us. I think that they played against a good team. We think we played against a good team. A draw was probably a fair result in the end. But they're the games that can you nick a win from something? They'll be thinking exactly the same thing. That's one thing we haven't done this season yet is nick one in the last 2 or 3 minutes, and hopefully that will come as confidence and momentum and mindset changes.
There's a couple of half chances more than anything for Danny Ward first time and Bojan as well. Those are the little things that we need to just get better at, hopefully capitalising on in the future and making the most of those little half ones.
Like I just said there, the fine margin games, so the positive today is we've not lost the game. It's a clean sheet away from him against a good team, so it only becomes a good point if you can go and change it, go and beat Exeter at home on Saturday.
Like you say, the next game's where the mind immediately goes. It's 3 games in a week. We've had a good home win at the weekend, but we've come to a team that's second in the table and taken a point from them. That's the sort of momentum we want to start building again, rather than being stop-start with where the points are coming from.
Exactly that. Talk about mentality, mindsets. Repeating myself, but it's a sign of improvement. You know, we've gone win one, lose one, win one, lose one. You can't do that or expect to achieve anything. So the fact that we've come away, had to come through a little bit of adversity in the first 20 minutes, a club on the up, a club with real momentum, and the supporters are really with them. But we stuck together, we stuck to tasks, tweaked a few things, and then grew into the game and looked like a good team in the second half. So that's hopefully that's an improvement, and we can keep improving the mentality, which will improve momentum, which will improve points.
One thing that I'll ask you on, just because I heard you mention it to the other media since we last spoke, was Lasse Sorensen's unfortunately been ruled out for a few weeks, but on the back of that there's a chance for Ollie and for Brodie Spencer as well, who both had a chance tonight and both played well. Yeah,
it's disappointing. We're looking at 6 to 8 weeks, probably more 8 weeks with Lasse. So it's a frustrating one. You know, you look at the calibre of players we've not got playing. So you look at Birmingham, top of the league, who are playing the same team every week. You look at Wrexham today, they're playing the same team every week. So you look at the players that we've got missing in terms of Reece, that's his first real game, Misha, Rodinho, Lee Nichols, now Lass. You know, Herbie hasn't been fitted to the start. So we've had a big chunk of very, very good players. Now that is football, you do get injuries, but the opportunity is for other people. Ollie Turton's come in and been excellent for 2 games.
Does that give you a little bit of confidence when you reel those names off? It does raise your eyebrows a little bit, because they're the type of people that people assume would be first name on the team sheet type of people. Does that give you confidence that we can build into the season and get better as we progress, as we welcome those sorts of names back as well?
Well, I expect us to get better as the season goes on, because there's a lot of relationship building, there's a lot of new things being introduced, there's a whole shift in mentality of the football club. So it's easy for me to say when we've had positive results, it doesn't just happen overnight. You're not going to get that. You don't marry your missus on the first date. You have to build the trust, you have to build trust with each other, with the supporters, as I've talked about. I thought they were brilliant today. Came out to a lot of noise, and final whistle went into a lot of noise. And it generated a really good atmosphere. And as far as 0-0 goes, I think might have been a little bit scrappy at times, but it was an entertaining game.
Last thing I'll say to you is that it's interesting speaking to you and you're talking about change of mentality, because I think there's almost a temptation previously that we might have taken that point and been happy with it, but there seems to be a little bit of disgruntlement that we can build on that. There's not an acceptance to the point. There's almost a defiance in the face of that.
No, I think if we'd have taken a point at 75, 80 minutes, you talk about sitting in and we'll just try and protect it. Both teams were trying to win the game at the end, and it only becomes a good point if you go and beat Exeter on Saturday. And that's what we just said to the players. We need to make sure there's no point getting beat by Exeter and go, well, it was a good point, because it isn't. It's 1 point in 2 games then. So if we can go and meet Exeter, which we need to prepare properly for, it's not just going to happen because we're at home, because we've been burnt by that twice already, then it becomes a good week.
Excellent. Thank you very much for your time.
Cheers, Raj.